Hi everyone, it's Cathy Zielske. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I've got a fun hybrid scrapbook project along with a free cut file for you and a layered digital template that you can use to add journaling and a subhead. I really enjoy the hybrid process and I love to share it with people. So let's jump in and take a look at some of the supplies that I'll be using. I've gone ahead and prepped all of the content to assemble the page, but I have my cut file and I have the centers of the cut files cut out as well. And you will find links below this video so that you can hop over to my blog and snag the free templates, which also include this layered template, which I have simply turned off the layers for the photos. And then I went ahead and added my subtitle and journaling and just print those out so that I could have them on this background cardstock. I've got my subtitle here already cut out. I used some Neenah Solar White 110-pound cardstock. And these are the dies I used. It's called Archie Junior Solid. Now they are small. That's fingernail comparison size. And because they're small, I don't cut them apart. I'm using Spring Farmhouse from Simple Stories as my pattern paper. I've had this collection for a while in my stash. I think it's very homey. And I love how Simple Stories does a collection. I'm just going to say it. I've got my photos here. They're all 2x3. I converted all of them to black and white. The colors were absolutely horrible, and I knew they wouldn't look good on a layout, so I will do this quite frequently. And then the secret to this page, Glad Press and Seal. Learned a little technique from my friend Laura Basson, and I'm going to show you how to use press and seal to quickly line up straight die cut letters or stickers. So let's get started. I've got my favorite dot runner here. This is just the Gina K dot runner from Gina K and Therm. And just going to line up my photos in the center. Now these photos go all the way to the edge. It's kind of how I designed the template, but you could play with the size. I definitely like using my clear T-square, however, to line up my pictures quickly. And sometimes I'll even just put some purple tape, some low-tack tape, so that my ruler doesn't move. And very quickly, I can get my row of photos lined up and spaced out evenly. All right, here's what you're going to do. You're going to take some of the press and seal. Press a ruler down onto the press and seal. Doesn't matter what kind of ruler you have. It's going to take your title, flip it upside down, and go in reverse. I actually had filmed a whole segment where I did this in the completely incorrect order. Just want to share that with you. I don't always have time to show you the bloopers, but trust me, the reel is growing every day. But I really love this for either die cut letters or even stickers. Now with stickers, you might want to take the stick off of them with a powder tool, just so that you can add your own adhesive and have more control over the placement. But this would work great for both stickers and die cuts. So once everything's lined up and you're manually placing your letters and getting fantastic spacing, also called kerning, the space between letters, I'm going to take off the ruler and then I'm going to flip it over. It's kind of hard to see there, but just to confirm, yeah, it's spelled correctly. And I'm going to put a little piece of cardstock down so my hand doesn't stick, and I'll use my liquid adhesive and just dot little tiny dots all over the backs of the die cut letters. Very quickly get all that on, and I like liquid adhesive because it allows you to move it a little more. But before I flip this, I'm just going to fold up the excess because I don't want anything sticking to my photos. Not that this leaves any mark behind, but you know what? Never be too careful. Then you flip it over, line it up visually where you want it to be, and gently, not too hard, just gently run your finger over it. And I just put an acrylic block on until it's completely adhered. It only takes a couple minutes. And then gently peel back the press and seal. Did you know that Jennifer McGuire, the famous card maker, her husband invented press and seal? That's a fact you can take to a crafting trivia party. Either way, it's rocking my world for placing die cut letters perfectly on my page. Next, I'll go ahead and dot on some more liquid adhesive to the outline of the die cut. Title, Ode. And the thing I love about this title in general, it has a lot of contrast, right? You've got one big chunky word, the Ode. I love that. And then the subtitles are much smaller and create some visual tension just from size differential. It's a classic trope in design. Contrast makes something big and makes something small. For adding in the patterns, I just am using the dot adhesive, and then I will add the centers. And I cut those little pattern pieces. I just cut strips of each one of those and just ran them through my electronic die cutter. I have a Silhouette Cameo. Just stuck those down to get the centers easily cut for me, and there we go. I think it's so fun. So many options that you could use with any paper collection. Now I decided to cut a couple little squares. This is just a little Stampin' Up! Dotted square die. And then I'm cutting them in half so that I can just add some corners. I felt like the page was pretty empty. Normally I like to ground my page on another cardstock, but I really didn't want to do that because I wanted to have those photos go all the way to the edge. So I thought these little opposing corners using the same pattern was kind of cute. And as a last little touch, I pulled out some sprinkles. This is just Doodlebug. I think this is the lily white color. Just kind of place them, figure out which one's going to be just right. And here's a little tip. I love my Tim Holtz craft pick because of this. Placing little tiny things, you can stick it on right to the end. Because sometimes your fingers, you can't really see around them. But here, you can clearly see the center, place it down, you're good to go. So I worked my way around. And this is just a very simple way to add a little more visual interest to the page. But there is the finished layout. I really love this cut file, but the thing that I really love the most, it's the story. It's the story of a cabinet that has been with me for 33 years. And that, people, is a slice of life. Thanks so much for watching today. I would love to have you become a subscriber to my channel. I do card videos and scrapbooking videos, and from time to time, like today, offer free downloads on my blog. Again, all the links you need are below. Thanks for watching and have a great day.